Okay, Amazon sellers, this is a video on how you can get your own reactivation, what you need to argue if Amazon knocks you down, knocks down your ASINs because of an allegation of selling a restricted product. All right, Brianna, why don't we start with explaining first what is a restricted product suspension?
Okay, so for the safety of consumers and for Amazon's liability purposes, there are some products that are just not permitted to be listed on the platform.
Okay, there are also certain brands that have special deals with Amazon where those products are also restricted from, every single seller from jumping on that listing.
Absolutely.
So the seller who's watching this video, they've received an account deactivation, an account suspension for selling a restricted product. What's the first thing you think they should do?
The first thing that you should do is determine whether or not your product is actually restricted. In many instances, I've seen things where it could be a mistake. I've seen things where sellers didn't realize that the product was restricted, and now this is their opportunity to fix it.
So we've seen situations where, yes, the seller made a mistake. We've also seen scenarios where Amazon sends a notice and Amazon is 100% right. We've also seen scenarios where sellers have received restricted product deactivations and their product's not restricted. So let's break it down. Let's say Amazon's notice is correct and it's a restricted product.
Okay, so in this case, the best thing to do is essentially to comply. So you simply take up responsibility for not realizing that you were listing a restricted product and let them know that you won't be selling it moving forward.
Okay, so we don't often recommend that you immediately fall on the sword, but if the product is restricted, it is or is not. So if it is, take responsibility for it.
Absolutely.
Now, the scenario where the notice comes from Amazon and it's just misplaced, the product actually is not restricted, what do you recommend sellers do then?
We bring the proof. The proof is in the pudding. What you do is you provide any documentation or you clearly explain to Amazon that you have permission to list this item, you show documentation, and we show them that the item is not restricted.
And this could be done through screenshots, it could be done through
brand authorization letters.
It could be done a whole bunch of different ways. You got to do the specific deep dive using Amazon's language to show Amazon that the product is in fact not restricted. And one of the great ways of doing that is to go to the listing itself.
100%. Amazon has many sellers to kind of keep track of, and it is not uncommon for them to make mistakes. So don't think that just because you received a restricted product notice that you can't pull back a little bit. If you know that the product is not restricted, try to provide that to Amazon.
Also, when you're doing this, when you're pointing out in your plan of action, your POA, that Amazon's notice to you was misplaced, I certainly wouldn't make it accusatory. You want to make it more factual, short, concise, persuasive.
Absolutely.
But certainly you don't throw Amazon or its staff under the bus, because that's who you're writing to. That's who the decision makers are going to be. That's who is evaluating your plan of action. Short, concise, persuasive, screenshots to show Amazon that the product is not restricted at all, and always in your POAs, be respectful to Amazon staff. And they are, from personal interaction with them, trying to do the right thing for Amazon first and then second for the consumers. So you never want to denigrate or insult the people that are reading your plan of action.
Absolutely.
I'm going to talk to you a bit about Zon Support, ZON Support.com. What ZonSupport.com does is provide customer service specifically to Amazon sellers. Now, most Amazon-based businesses cannot afford staff 24/7. ZonSupport.com provides those people to you, all US-based, all English as a first language. And these are some of the things that ZonSupport.com can provide to you. They can deal with your customer messages. They can deal with replacement products, returns, refunds. They can address low-star reviews, customer messages. They can deal with seller feedback and be your boots on the ground if any customer through Amazon has an issue with your product. You can provide 24/7 customer support. Please check out ZonSupport.com. Greg is a remarkable business person, and I endorse him 100%.